Look, guys, so you have to understand that confidence is coming within you. You have to understand that it's a fundamental believing. You don't have to be cocky. You have to understand that you actually want something, so you're going to actively go and get that. And by doing that, you have to understand that you already possess that certain degree of character that you can translate that into real life. And what I mean by this is you have to understand in here before you understand out here. You're so caught up in your mind that you forget that your mind is literally what matters, and obviously you're feeling that way about something now. It's translating. You probably, feel discouraged or you don't feel like you can do something because you're so caught up in your mind. And your mind is a powerful tool. You have to understand that it's a self-belief system. It's not about being, cocky or it's literally just believing in yourself. It's a self-belief, you know what I mean? Almost, you might seem crazy even thinking like this, but you have to just have repetition of it. Even if you don't feel like you're excelling in that certain thing, but having that confidence and knowing that you're gaining and you're gaining and you're gaining. That's all you have to have. And I want to go more into depth with that and how you can, understand and translate that to real life. And how you can do that is, so how you do this is understanding that there's, limits that you have set for yourself subconsciously, and you have to understand that you have to break through those, limitations that you've set for yourself. It's what we've, been taught through our lives. Children, they see stuff, they're like a sponge. My teacher just told me that today, which, I mean, it's a common phrase. You have to take that to actual, literacy. Like, it's their understanding. Their brain is trying to develop, a reality. You have to understand that. So, our brains have developed a realities for certain keen things, and you don't really even know. It's such a subconscious thought that you can't even realize it and try to change it, because what are you changing if you don't even see it as a negative? And how you do that is literally stepping back from all of that, thinking to yourself, challenging those ideas that you once thought before. Those I can't do it until I can do it. I can do this, I can do that. You can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Understand that. And what I've done is I've literally just said it every, like, you know what I mean? Every time I've had angry moments. I've posted many times where I've been angry. You know what I mean? And that's a part of it. You can't deny that. That part of you. Why are you doing that to yourself? It's it's through repetition where you're gonna be 100% healed. I mean, not to say 100% healed, but you're gonna be 100% more confident than you were. You're gonna be 100% different. You know what I mean? And it's throughout all of our days. How can you even tell you're the same person? To say that. How do you tell you're the same person every day? It's by your fundamental believings. So who's to say one day you wake up and you're just a whole different person? You know what I mean? You could do that. You literally could. You know what I mean? You could have one, freak accident and boom, you get a brain injury and now you're a whole different person. And what I mean by this is your brain is so powerful. It's a chemical, reaction. You have to change how you feel. You have to change how you act towards things. It's hard to do. Yes, I've done so many things in my life where I've been so biased and so, I honestly, I'm distraught about this. Like, and it's understanding that what you're doing is somewhat wrong in a sense. So you have to be like, okay, I need to step back and I need to understand what I'm doing is wrong. So let me try to, provide a service to someone and maybe, reconcile with them and try to gain a, perspective. And that's what you have to do. Build that confidence in what you're doing. Build that confidence in the people that you're talking to. Build that confidence in life. And a lot of people don't have confidence in life. They've been told so much things. They're sponges. Like I've said before, as a child, they've been sponged to say that they can't do certain things, or they've been sponged to say that they need a job that's a 9 to 5 and certain things like that. Me like this talking, I might seem crazy to the people that are gonna, go on to a 9 to 5, but the people that want to, create and make certain things with their life, it's beautiful to them. You know what I mean? And then that's why the creators of the world, want something different. They want to implement their ideas, and there's going to be people that also have those ideas or somewhat similar ideas so they can connect. And it's all about human connection at the end of the day. You have to understand that it's human connection that builds your confidence too. You have to talk to other people and gain perspective on so much things so you can almost have that confidence to back you up in what you're talking about. You can't talk about out of this rhetoric that you know everything, because you don't know everything, and you have to understand that for yourself. How can you understand that? And that's literally how you can understand that is getting your point proven wrong a few times. You know what I mean? Be open for some fucking hate. Be open for some not disrespect, but some talk back, some conversations. A lot of people don't have those conversations. They get too overheated and overworked if someone thinks differently, because our brain is so conditioned to think inside of that box that it is. It's so conditioned to think of that reality that they've set for itself. So when it sees something new, they almost try to diminish it, you know. But when you're younger, you have that I don't know anything, so maybe that is, you know, everything. And that's what I mean. You change perspective on things once you learn more. And honestly, I heard a quote. The 21st century of like incels is gonna be the people that are not willing to learn and unlearn and learn things. And that's so true. It's almost, you know, it's beautiful saying that. A lot of people have so much strong foundational beliefs, and that's beautiful, you know, in a sense. You know, it's all personal bias, you know. I'm not going to say what they're saying is, you know, wrong. It's just how I view it, and they can view it their way just like I do. But to me, it seems like a lot of people have so much strong beliefs just because of what they've been taught, and by their parents, by their family, by what their family, you know, has been, you know, processed to, you know, them through. A lot of, you know, family members, you know, followed on that same path. My teacher was telling me about this. Two-thirds usually do follow, and then one's a rebel. One usually questions why, you know, questions what, why, you know. And everyone's like that in a sense, but a lot of people condition themselves to be like, oh, nah, I'm gonna have a regular, like, you know, all those certain, you know, things that makes them almost bland in a sense. I view it as bland, you know what I mean? I almost feel trapped if I was to do that, you know? But that's all personal, you know, ideologies, and then that falls back into our economy and stuff like that. So people, you know, in different countries that don't have what I have, you know, I mean, I don't live in a very, I don't, but I'm very blessed, and that's what I mean, perspective. I'm very blessed to be, you know, I at least live in a house, or I live in an apartment. It doesn't mean that it's the best, but it's something livable. You know, there's someone else that's probably not living somewhere that's anywhere near as good as what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I literally, you know, like it's not bad. You know what I mean? And a lot of people being conditioned, they they have, you know, lived, you know, maybe life of luxury or maybe life of poverty, and that all, you know, translates to your everyday life. It translates to all of that. And usually, you know, people that tend to not have stuff, they turn to a reliance, you know, the reliance on stuff, and that's where they lose confidence. And I see it in so much people where they build a reliance because of, you know, not having money in certain things because they didn't want to challenge those ideas, so they submit almost in a way. I view it as that. So they submit to those ideas, so it's almost like they build a reliance to the people that already have money. So then those people that have money have such a high confidence in their skills and prone ability because they already have it. You know what I mean? They already have it in a sense. And that's just human psychology in a sense, and you have to understand that a lot of people just, you know, they're the same, they're the exact same person, people, you know, they're the same community, but so divided just because of confidence and social structure. And, you know, more in depth how you can do this to switch it is you could set small goals. Small goals help build so much progression throughout time. I've been doing this with my channel. I've been trying to grow it, you know, progressively. I've been posting. I mean, you know, when I posted back then when I was younger, I posted Fortnite clips and it wasn't really much of like thought going into it. So I just made like live streams, hours worth of live streams. You mean you can go back and look at it. I promise you guys it's there. And I would not average many views whatsoever, but now I am because I'm putting time and effort into certain things. And what I mean by that is a lot of people don't really try, and you know when they try to, you know, get those achievable, you know, goals, they don't really try to actually really get them. They just say, oh, click click click, you know, and then, oh, I tried and I failed, so I'm not going to do it anymore. Get out of that, guys. Get out of that sentiment of, you know, feeling like you're not enough or not doing enough, or if even if you did try you wouldn't succeed, and that's not true. A lot of the times maybe you won't get, you know, what you wanted in a second or the, you know, the minute or the month, you know what I mean, but throughout repetition you're gonna get it. I literally promise you, it is so achievable. It is so achievable. You have to understand, you can build your own life, you can build your own literal, you can build your own everything, you know what I mean? Get those small goals in so you can understand what you want, you know, and you might say you don't know what you want. Okay, think about it foundationally then. Think about it foundationally. What did you like when you were younger? What did you like doing? Make those things habits in your life and try to bring value towards them in everyone's everyday life. You know what I mean? Try to bring value into certain things that you find enjoyable throughout life. Talk about it, or maybe make something creative, make art, make do something. Um, because it's human connection that drives us, guys, and it takes a lot to understand that. A lot of people, of course, you need high end jobs. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna diminish that. I plan to hopefully be a psychiatrist, or get my doctorate, or try to do something towards that, but also continue doing this to try to have financial freedom. Just certain goals like that. You know what I mean? I've set little goals for myself, and I see that as a little goal. I don't think that's my whole life. You know what I mean? This channel, yes, it's a big part of me now, but I mean, once this channel, like, this is gonna, I already had that that ideology that I'm gonna have this channel massive. You know what I mean? So I honestly see it as a small goal, and that's what I mean, guys. You have to have that delusion almost. Have that delusion where you're like, "Oh, this ain't shit. Let me go do this real quick. Let me go do that real quick. Let me go get my little, education real quick for a couple years." Think of it like that, and then of course, when you're doing it, you're gonna feel a different way, but you already made that compact in yourself. For like, damn, I can do this, and I can know I can because I've done it before, and I'm doing it now. You know what I mean? And it takes time to understand that. More ways that you can actually, help this is focus on competence, not perfection. A lot of people are trying to be perfectionists, and I don't mean to not try. Like I've said before, you need to try. But understand that you're going to make mistakes at the start. Understand that there's going to be problems at the start. Understand that you're going to not do certain things that maybe other people didn't like, or you didn't like personally. But that's not part of creation. How are you supposed to express yourself and how you feel in certain things about certain, whatever you want to do with your life? If that first mock is not, it's like Iron Man suits. You know what I mean? Think of it literally foundational like that. He had mock-ups of everything that he did, and then that's just how engineers are in our actual everyday life, and that's how everyone is. You know what I mean? Influencers, even, they had an idea, and they proceeded with it, and they tried different things to and they found success. Obviously, if they're certain, they're obviously have more money and more status and such like that. But don't do that just for status, but do it for what you want. And obviously, if what you want is just status, and that's all you know what I mean. I can't hold that against you, but it's all about personal connection, guys. Another way that you can honestly help with this is surround yourself with people. Surround yourself with people that are a positive environment for you guys. I'm here now. I was here. I've been here for like about 3 months, and I've been doing good. I really honestly have. There's certain aspects that haven't, like I posted before. I'm not gonna, withhold that from you guys. It's our personal journey as, a channel. And surround yourself with positive impacts in your life. How else are you supposed to, be happy if you're around negativity? I've, you know, with I've honestly been, firsthand with that. I don't mean to stutter, but I've been firsthand with, things like that. I've been in a situation where it's so negative, but it's like that was my foundation, you know what I mean? That was my dad, and that was my, family. Not to say all family's bad, but you have to understand that sometimes family isn't always the best option. Sometimes it's, you have to understand logically for yourself what is the best option for yourself, and is this a positive environment for me? And of course, you might be saying I'm dramatic, but it's literal real life traumas that some people have. You know what I mean? Some people actually have to deal with that. And how they can do that is like literally jotting these things down, jotting, everything down, thinking about it in your brain. Don't try to make a decision like that, because you might end up regretting it. But don't live in that, disdain of regret if you do make that decision. Don't fucking focus on that. That, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. Do what you think is right, and then once you make that decision, don't overthink about it, don't overcomplicate it, because you made it. And obviously, if you see a certain way, you can obviously change that. You can build a different perspective and change whatever you want. And that's what I mean, guys. It's all what you want. Build your confidence, build everything from the ground up. If you have any questions, let me know, guys. I love you. Have a good day.